not answered well. Hello.
I don't want to know.
Franklin!
What the fuck? I mean, what the hell going on here?
Wait a minute. Franklin, what are you doing here?
I live here. This half my house, too.
So you stay? Anyway, Magenta is reinvigorating my femininity. So make yourself scarce. Boy, go. Go.
With pleasure.
Go.
Goodness.
And stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Bitch, you ain't no more of a man than me.
I hear that.
Gangsta shit, nigga. Look who's bazack.
What's
at it
fool?
with it, man?
Oh, no. Show some respect here, nigga. The man, they couldn't hold down his back. Come on now.
Damn, man. I gotta spend my day with another middle-aged fool trying to recapture his youth.
What this fool just say?
I missed you, dawg.
Oh, you miss me, huh?
Nah, I ain't missed you. Your ass could have stayed gone for good. So I fucked your girl, mugged your moms, and better yet, I ain't thought about your ass in years.
Ha. You got jokes now, huh? Hey, but I see you doing well for yourself. Check that on out.
Shit, I'm doing just fine.
That's what I hear. But I know some sweet boys up in the pen that got bigger balls than you.
Oh, you been doing your time looking at sweet boy balls?
Oh.
Yeah, it's good to have confirmation.
This funny fuck. Why you keep hanging around this clown, L? Shake this fool,
We
man.
from the same set, Stretch. Why y'all niggas can't get along? Y'all been doing this shit for years, man.
You know what, dawg? It's good you back home. Glad you here. Missed you, boy. Damn, you definitely got hit up inside.
Hit up?
Hey.
Yo, motherfucker, I know little niggas like you been turned out on the daily. Talking about being hit up, nigga, I swear, man. You ain't got no motherfucking respect.
Motherfucker, I got respect for reality.
Reality? All right, you keep thinking that. Just keep thinking that, nigga. Shit, you gonna get yours.
Fuck you.
I swear, man.
Strizzets, come on, man. Cool
what the
out,
fuck,
chill, man.
This motherfucker get on my goddamn
The
nerves.
nigga get on my nerves too, man. But part of the nigga charm, man. F, come on, man. Let's just bust a move, man. You gonna drive or what, pimp?
Drive where?
Pick up this heat, nigga.
Why?
Business, nigga. Real business. Come on, girl. Y'all niggas act like girls. Shit.
Not me, shit. Let's go to the gun store. You know, when I went away, you punks was little homies, and I was a big homie. Now I'm out, and you little homies is big homies. But you still gotta respect.
Man, what the fuck this nigga talking about?
We all big homies, but he bigger, right?
Exactly.
Man, that's some fucking pyramid scheme bullshit.
Pyramids is good, man. Illuminati pharaoh shit.
Illuminati Pharaoh shit. Hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto 5. We're doing the long stretch after that long and kind of funny opening cutscene with that dude. I don't know, he's obnoxious, but I think he's funny. Yeah, we're in ammunition, and we're going to do a drug deal, and it's a GTA mission, so the drug deal is going to go wrong. And that's the long stretch. I'm sort of rushing through the introductory bits to this video because I wanted to spend the first portion of this video talking about something that has been on my mind the last couple of days especially, but last couple weeks. And I apologize in advance because it is a bummer and not related to GTA in any way and is related to world events, which is everybody's favorite. And if you're like me and you've been looking at the news or social media over the past couple weeks, you're probably sick of hearing about it. You'd probably rather not hear about it during a silly Let's Play video, which I understand. You could probably tell where I'm going with this already just from what I'm saying. I had some things that I wanted to say about the things happening in Gaza right now. I know that sharing any opinion on this topic runs the risk of getting annoying comments or people disagreeing with me or thinking I'm a dumb piece of shit or whatever. But that's fine. It wouldn't be the first time. People who have watched my videos for a while know that I've never really had an issue talking about how I feel about politics and what's going on in the world in these videos, at least from time to time. Although I've been trying to not pontificate very much lately. I don't usually talk about stuff like this, though, like stuff that's happening abroad, but I think the whole Israel-Palestine situation is unique, to say the least, and I think the ongoing events in Gaza and now just the Middle East more broadly are looking to be pretty consequential in the medium to long term, and it's also just the only thing that's been on my timeline and in the news and has been on my mind consistently, and I just feel the need to say things about it. Not even, it's not, it's not like I have any delusion that it's important that I say something about this on my platform or whatever. Or like, I need to show how smart and leftist I am, or it's not any of that bullshit. It really is just, it's been in my head, and I would just like to say it out loud for other people to hear, and I make these fucking videos where I talk about whatever bullshit I'm thinking about, so here goes.
Nigga, that's some bullshit. Hey, we been set up, nigga. This shit fuck you, nigga.
So the main thing, I think, that I've been feeling the last couple weeks and days is I don't know if there has been any time in my adult life so far, of course, that I've been more like ashamed and disgusted in the American government than I am now watching them give their full-throated support and backing to a regime that is, I think, very clearly trying to carry out a genocide. And of course the United States has supported Israel for decades and ran cover for them for war crimes throughout that time, but the whole thing has just deteriorated to such a degree at this point that everything that's happened recently is just so stark and brazen, and the defenses of it so banal and insulting to your intelligence, that it, I don't know, it just feels particularly shameful. This is a thing I think that has been happening with, pick a fucking thing that's going wrong, that sucks about just everything right now, the world right now. It's a phenomenon that I've talked about before and that I think is just like omnipresent. I think it's like the main sort of prevailing feeling of a lot of people right now, not just with this issue but with a lot of stuff, that like it just feels like the internal contradictions and the inherent horrible violence at the center of this system that we have is just being shown in such stark relief of what it is. Oh yeah, this is silly. It doesn't let you go up this ladder until what's-his-face starts going, and then if you get too close up to his little stinky feet, it doesn't, you have to stop. It's really fucking annoying. And then the NPCs fuck me over in a little bit up here too. When I try to get into the car, you'll see that. But anyway. But yeah, I feel like that's a feeling that a lot of people have, is that it's like everything about how evil and insane our system is, both in America specifically and abroad, globally, is just so like laid bare and so obvious, to the point that like it feels like anybody who's not like literally bought off or like psychotic or dumb can see very plainly like everything for themselves, and yet we're still told that that's not the case, that it's it's still working, and the emperor has clothes and all that. And it can be really maddening, and especially with something like this where it's just horrible violence done to innocent people at an industrial scale is it's just you feel like you're trapped in the Clockwork Orange chair and you're being shown all these terrible things and you can't do anything about it. I think that is like the prevailing notion, the prevailing feeling among a lot of people who are like-minded to me, at least, and even people who aren't, about the current moment. And with this thing in particular, it's just like really something. As I'm recording this, the main issue on the table while Joe Biden is in Israel is the explosion that happened at a hospital in Gaza that killed what was initially reported to be 500 people. Now that's in dispute, but it seems like it'd be a lot of people anyway you slice it. The consensus from Israel and the American government and the media now is that it was a failed rocket launch by Palestinian Islamic Jihad and not an IDF airstrike. And while I will admit that there are some gaps in details that still need filling in probably, I personally find that explanation to be pretty unlikely at this vantage point. For one thing, their initial proof was a video from last year, and then their second bit of proof was a recording of two guys speaking Arabic that I find to be suspect. And in general, fucking forgive me if I'm not inclined to trust American and Israeli intelligence agencies on this matter, considering their very recent history of lying about a bunch of other shit they did. Probably the most high-profile recent example that people might remember is the murder of Shireen Abu Akleh, where the IDF shot her and then blamed Palestinians and then attacked her funeral, and then 4 months later admitted that the much simpler and more obvious thing that everyone assumed actually was the truth. It's also complicated by the fact that, it's not super out of character for Israel to be bombing a hospital with a bunch of kids in it, considering they were doing it that same day elsewhere in Gaza and have for years. And also was just saying pretty clearly they were going to be bombing hospitals and just generally using blatantly genocidal language about maximizing damage over precision, and there are no civilians in Gaza, and Netanyahu tweeted that shit about the children of light versus the children of darkness. So, yeah, I'm not saying believe whatever you want to believe or whatever, but I think Israeli and American leadership have already, before this, destroyed whatever credibility they may have had with a growing number of people around the world. And I don't think they have anyone to blame for that but themselves. So, and also I feel like, fucking, you tell me. If it turns out that I'm right and the IDF shot this hospital and then lied about it, then what's the line gonna be? I'll tell you what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, well, Hamas had weapons in there, or there was a Hamas guy in there, so it was fine. That's the whole thing. It's the fucking human shield thing, which, by the way, just as a side note to the people who love, all the dumbest fucking people in the world love to bring that up, the human shields thing. That only works if you're up against an enemy that won't shoot the shield. 'Cause I don't know about you, but if I was told that there is one evil guy in the middle of a hospital full of 500 normal guys, and that was then the only way, supposedly, to get this dude was to just blow the whole thing and everybody in it to smithereens, I wouldn't do it. So, I don't know. Just, it seems pretty obvious to me over the years that it's They talk about wanting to bomb civilians, bomb Gazans anyway, and how everyone in Gaza is a suspected terrorist, and children are not innocent just by virtue of being children, because they're child terrorists and everything. So, you know, and it's like the most densely populated fucking place in the world, so it's like, yeah, you go anywhere, you're gonna be near a civilian center pretty much. So yeah, every single building that they wanted to blow up anyway was actually a legitimate target because retroactively Hamas was operating in there. So yeah, fuck it. And you know what? And if it turns out that I'm wrong and it's proven beyond doubt that it wasn't Israel that started the Reichstag fire, then, you know, I guess I'll eat my fucking hat. But I would argue that even if that is true, it wouldn't matter because, again, they were bombing hospitals that same day. They were bombing schools and refugee camps this week, and they bombed a mosque and a bakery this morning. They bombed the fucking people they ordered to evacuate to southern Gaza, and they cut off electricity and medicine and food and the internet for Gaza, and they had to be persuaded in person by the fucking president to just let some aid in from Egypt. So, you know, no matter the details of this one atrocity, even if I grant them this one, and even if you believe all the most gruesome things that they say happened in the initial attack by Hamas, it doesn't justify anything else that they're doing. It doesn't change anything about the fact that Israel runs an apartheid state with Palestinians being barely even second-class citizens. And, of course, that the U.S. government, especially, and basically every other Western country, minus maybe Ireland, wholeheartedly supports that. And like I said, it's not surprising, but it's really shameful and pathetic seeing, you know, the leaders of my country flailing around trying to defend the literal attempted wholesale destruction in their own, like, terms of an entire people. And yeah, I guess one of the main things I wanted to say about it was just that, like, I know I'm not insane. I know what I'm seeing, and I think it is unspeakably evil. And seeing people defend it or characterize the things that I'm seeing as not what they obviously are has made me feel like I'm going fucking insane, which I think is probably the main reason why I wanted to just say something about it so other human beings could hear it. So, you know, I hope that someone watching this feels the same way that I do, and if you do, I guess just know that you're not insane to me. You're not wrong or crazy for being angry or feeling helpless when you see mass murder and misery being written, you know, being signed off on by your government. And I don't know what the exact percentages are or whatever, but I know that there are many people who feel the same way and who want the same things for the Palestinian people, for them to have, you know, dignity and justice and self-determination and all of that. You know, there are people making a point to voice their support for them in their thousands in countries where you take a huge risk in doing so. Which, by the way, in some cases includes the fucking United States. Yeah, if I'm saying anything other than just dumping my own broad feelings out, it's that if you feel insane and angry about this shit, like I do, you're not alone. You have at least me. You have at least the smartest YouTube Let's Player in the world on your side. The other thing I wanted to say about this, though, on that note, has to do with the number of people, the number of Americans I've seen who have been talking about how much pressure they feel to post about shit every time something bad happens, and like, I have to have an opinion, but every opinion offends somebody, and it just makes a lot of people just feel numb and ambivalent to all of this shit, and they're just like, everything's bad, everyone involved is bad, it doesn't have to be more complicated than that, it makes me feel bad, so I'm just not gonna fucking care anymore. I think, like, the kind of more empathetic or whatever version of that is like, everything is fucked, there's a lost cause, I'm just doom scrolling, and I'm powerless, all the evil people are gonna win, and it's just hard to keep going on my day, because I'm so sad. And, you know, I know that what I've been saying in this video so far might sound like a version of one or both of those things, and I'm certainly not saying any of this, by the way, with any judgment for anybody, because I fall into this same fucking thing too. I get it, you know, I understand doing, like, well, I certainly understand doing, like, a mental health break from social media. Like, fucking looking at Twitter less is probably never a bad idea, but I do think it's a little bit lazy and a little bit, like, I don't know, masturbatory, I guess, to be like, I just can't deal with all the upsetting things happening in the world to me on my phone. It just makes me feel so hopeless about the world, and I can't do anything to help anybody. And, like, again, I understand where this mindset comes from. I have it myself all the time. But I think it's something you have to try to break out of, because it is ultimately self-serving, and it just makes an excuse for you to do nothing and just feel bad about yourself. So the thing with this shit that my mind keeps going back to is, you know, the one, like, counterbalance to the horror I've seen online the last couple weeks has been the, you know, I'm going corny Tim for a second, but I'm serious, the immense amount of love and solidarity and courage that I've seen from Palestinians in Gaza and the people who support them. There's videos of those people standing among literally the rubble of their homes and families and still speaking with, like, more conviction and optimism for their future than I can fucking muster a lot of the time, and that's been very inspiring to me, and I think that should be what you think of when you start to think that, you know, it's all fucking over and it's not even worth caring about anything anymore. Because, like, if the people these things are happening to aren't despairing, then someone like you or me, I don't think has any place to do it either. So that's one thing. And I don't think it's true entirely that there's nothing you can do. And I guess that's probably the best way to end my comments on this topic, which is by doing something I don't even know if I've ever done before in a YouTube video, but it's never too late to start, I guess, which is encouraging anyone watching this to, if you have money that you know, are comfortable parting with, to donate some money to one of several Palestinian relief funds that exist and that do important work for these people that are living in unimaginable conditions. You know, I'm no activist or whatever. I make these videos for fun. People watch them for fun, so I don't normally make them into a thing for this sort of thing, but what can I say? I just feel compelled to. I've donated to ANERA, ANERA, and MAP, MAP, who both provide medical aid for Palestinians, which is crucial because no hospitals in Gaza are functional right now due to the bombings and the blockade of resources. And then PCRF, I've also heard, is good. They specifically help treat Palestinian children. I can put links in the description if people would like. There are certainly other ways you can help with this directly or indirectly in whatever way you can think of if you look in your own community, in your own life, even just by, you know, fucking being good to the people around you who are in bad situations. If nothing else, though, I think the donating is just one small but legitimately worthwhile thing you can do. Trust me, even something that small, doing something feels better than doing nothing and feeling like shit. So that's basically all I wanted to say about that. This is actually my second time recording this part of the video. I said basically the same things, but the first take was just really rambling and messy, and I didn't think when I listened back to it, I didn't think I really got my point across well. So either way, I'm sorry to make so much of this video talking about something that's so contentious and upsetting, but like I said, I just felt compelled to share some thoughts just to expel them from my own brain, if nothing else. So, we're gonna start up the first heist in a little bit. You'll hear the second half of the first take of this video. And yeah, I'll let this cutscene setting up the mission go, and then we'll be on with business as usual. So thank you all for indulging me in that, and enjoy the last 13 minutes of the video, I guess.
We don't know each other. We got caught up in a robbery and acted in self-defense. It's not going to be an issue because everything's going to go just fine.
The alarm system is easy. Now, if I didn't need to be running things, I could have it offline myself. No problem, but you should be able to get us a pretty decent window. How decent depends on the job you do. Now, once it's down, you signal Michael. He makes the call.
Things look good. We should be able to drop a present right through the air vent on the roof. Everybody goes to sleep. No problem. We take our time. If we run into trouble, we move quickly and with force. Any questions? No? Let's go. Frank, you're with me. Christian, take the truck with the bikes. Eddie, Norm, you got the van. See you on Little Portola, people. Initials only from here on out.
I'll drive the van. It's what I'm paid to do.
Waiting on you, kid. All right, you got it down?
I got it.
Because you use too much gas on these guys, you'll kill them.
Well, shit, don't blame me the way these canisters is mixed.
Just be careful.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, I stuck my neck out for you here.
Man, you don't need to tell me that shit again.
I got faith in you, F, but you're unproven.
Unproven? For real? So I didn't prove myself when I jumped off the back of that yacht on the highway, huh?
Yeah, but these guys don't know you. They see some gangbanger with a happy trigger finger. They got money and their freedom on the line.
I ain't gonna fuck this up, man.
Good. I got enough shit to worry about.
So you cut corners on the quality of the crew, huh?
I allocated resources the way I saw fit, okay?
How's that?
The driver's capable. The others, not so much.
So, that's like, what? Gunman and hacker?
Yeah, the getaway should be fine, but we gotta hope these two hold it together during the robbery.
Alright, so this is the jewel store job. This is the first heist of the game. The first of, I think, 5 or 6 or something. I think I even did this in the last video and I forgot already. Yeah, I mean, you should know what's going on here. We just had a whole mission setting this shit up. We're going up to the top of the roof, we're throwing the canisters in the thing, and gassing out the people, and stealing the jewels, and then riding our way on the bikes. I wanted to say also, I don't know what happened with the last video. It was like, it looked perfectly fine in the like file and everything and whatnot, but it was like really weird and like pixely and lossy looking when I uploaded it to YouTube, and I actually had to upload it twice. The first time it was like, it was processing to standard def for like an hour, and I had to leave the house and I had to, you know, turn my computer off. So I closed the window, and I mean, there was no like, hey, you have changes that aren't going to be saved or whatever, but it looked like, you know, it was uploading, and then it had uploaded and was processing like my videos normally do. You can usually, you know, let it go after that, and then I come back at like midnight that night, and the fucking video's not up. And so I uploaded it again, and it takes like 2 hours to fully process to HD, and then it looks like dog shit. So I don't really know why. There's literally nothing different about the recording or rendering of that video and any of the other ones. So I don't really know what happened there, but I apologize that the video looked kind of poopy. In general, the videos look more pixely and shitty once they're uploaded to YouTube than they do just like the raw rendered video file on my computer looks, and I have to assume that that's a YouTube problem, unless there's some kind of settings that I could make be different to change that, but I mean, it's all pretty basic stuff. I don't really know what I could do, but if anyone has any suggestions, I'm certainly open to it. So yeah, there's again the Jules. I don't like how it changes the fucking camera angle every single time, so you have to like reorient yourself in 3D space. And also at some point these guys start like just standing in front of the fucking things when I'm trying to smash them open and not moving. The NPCs in this game really can fuck you over. I mean, it was like earlier during that Franklin mission. You know, I was in that car that was abandoned on the road for like a full minute, and the cops were really far away. And then fucking Lamar and what's-his-face are just like jerking their dicks, just like noodling around in the street, and then of course they have to run up to the car, finish their running animation, and then go into the opening a door animation, and that takes 30 seconds. And then, you know, if anyone breathes on them, they have to fall over, and then spend a full minute standing back up. And then, of course, once the fucking cops come and start shooting at you, it's curtains. So, yeah. Anyway, this is honestly the bulk of the mission. I feel like maybe it's just the number of times I've played this game, and specifically the beginning of the game, that this heist is, like, fairly unexciting to me. The next one is even more so. The Merryweather heist is, like, not really much of a thing at all. But at least it has a submarine. That's kind of fun. But yeah, you're basically just riding on these bikes, which is fun. I mean, it's fine. I like the going over the overpass, and I like riding through this sewer section. It's neat. I have to imagine that they made this just for this thing, for this mission. But I don't know, I haven't really explored all of the underground tunnels of this game. There was one time when we were playing online, and I just started walking down one of the subway tunnels for like 10 minutes, and I mean, I basically just found new tunnels, like more tunnel. I didn't really see much of interest, but I did end up in a different part of the map when I came up, so it was kind of interesting, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I remember this one being so much more epic when I first played this game, but I guess that's just how it is. I was also 16 years old.
Hey, they own us! Fuck! Fuck!
And then, yeah, this part is kind of fun. You get to drive the truck, and I don't know if you're supposed to shoot these cops or just, like, knock their car over. The latter is the more easy thing to do. I don't know if I got any hits with the gun. I mean, sometimes the thing would turn red, and I would think I got it, but I don't know. It's better to just knock the cars out of the way, honestly. He's saying smash the cop cars, so I'm guessing, yeah, you are supposed to just knock them out, but I always get this, too. I always get confused by this, how they're like, if we just take a couple more hits, then these bikes are gonna be fucked. And it's like, I've played this mission a bunch of times, and first of all, the truck can only go so fast versus the cop cars, so it's like, you can only knock them out so quickly. I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna be behind you. Like, they come up in front of you. I say they gonna be behind you to Franklin, you know what I mean? And I've never had them actually, like, die on the bikes. And yeah, that little bit of dialogue there. It seems like the only consequence of getting a gunman who sucks is that he crashes the bike. Which I think is strange. You would think that the driver being shitty would be the thing that makes one of the bikes crash. Maybe it does. I don't know. I usually get a good driver because just the getaway is like 90% of the fucking thing. That's a really nice sunset there. But the funny part of that is that when he crashes, it's fine because Franklin says he picks up his cut. And so it's like, well then, don't we all get a bigger share of it then? Isn't it like, is it better to get a shitty gunman because then he'll just fall off the bike and die and you can take his money? I don't know. I'm not sure. There is a thing, there's like a mission guide for this game that has all of the like, this is who you should prioritize getting a good person for on your party or whatever for this heist, but I don't know what they are. I'm not a strategist, I just kind of do whatever I want.
What'd I tell you, Lester, huh?
So maybe it's actually wise to have a shitty gunman on this one, who knows?
Listen, Lester and I got some things we gotta clean up. I want you to stop by the house a little later on. We'll celebrate, all right?
All right.
Okay. Huh? Oh, man. We're back in action.
So there you go, there's my stats. I think I did okay. I don't remember what the maximum is. Do you ever see Tanisha, by the way? Does she ever, like, physically come up in this game? I don't remember. Certainly not in the story missions, but I don't know if there's some cool thing that I don't know about. Also, I was just thinking, I don't know why, but at the very beginning of this video, when I thought it was funny that Franklin walks up to his house, his aunt's house, in the daytime, in like the late daytime, and then goes in the door, and then they do the time-lapse effect to almost 24 hours after that. And I just like the idea that he just like stood in the doorway for a full day and then walked in on his aunt and her friends doing vagina exercises. It's kind of funny. Anyway, like I said, I'm sorry that this video was mostly me rambling about a very contentious and not fun topic, but just had to get it off my chest. Sorry. Wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened for people who watch my videos. So, anyway, next time we'll be just doing good old-fashioned, silly fun and talking about bullshit. So, I'll see you then for that.
Even have a mounted flashlight on my flashlight.